Well, here we are at PRI with my good friend Steve Klosterhoff from Bickel Race Cars. And you know, we've talked a lot about safety, and safety is paramount, especially when you're building cars, but the product that we're going to talk about today is not directly related to the performance on the track, but it's certainly related to the safety on track. And what I'm talking about is that at the racetrack, we actually statistically know that there's more accidents in the pit area than there is on the racetrack. And Steve, you guys have a solution for that.
There was time for change, and many of the teams you started seeing using a push method of pushing the car from the rear instead of the front. This allowed many times when you even returned back to your pit area, because the cars normally go nose in alongside the trailer in the pit stall that they're at, to again be controlled by the driver steering the car, bringing it in. He controls the brake, everything about it. And with a solid bar, push bar, you're not going to have this problem of somebody getting hurt.
All right, Steve, well, we've been talking about the safety aspect of the tow bar that we're looking at here on the table. And the one thing that really comes to my mind is that with the tow strap, you had a variant of distance. The tow strap would go out and come back in, but this bar is a set length, but there's some adjustability to it.
That is correct. The set length is 84 inches fully extended, which is a good safe distance normally between the push vehicle and the back of the race car itself. We made it so it could collapse for storage purposes. The way the unit goes on to the cart, it can actually fold up, or by removal of a push-pull pin, be removed completely from the push vehicle as well as the race car itself. When it goes to the race car itself, we have a single cord pull point and a dual cord pull point. Single cord pull point parachutes, the system will literally bolt in place, providing you have a Jerry Bickel parachute pack mount and cord pull point on your car. If a person doesn't have that, we sell it less those components, because many cars, as they're being constructed and such, a builder or an individual could make his own provisions on the back of the car to simply where to hook this. It was just the idea that for existing cars that are out there, this would become a bolt-on piece with no changes to the car at all. So the pieces are billet aluminum, black anodized finished, simple bolt-on, very self-explanatory. I've had customers go as far as saying they've seen our unit on cars before, they like it enough, they're willing to change the cord pull point on the back of their car. Not necessarily remount the whole parachute, but change the cord pull point so that they could use this piece.
So we've got the two different variants. We've got the single parachute and the dual. We've got an 84-inch long bar that collapses all the way down to make it easy to store. What are the finishes available on the bar? You get a chrome one, a painted one. What do you got there?
No, Carl, we kind of left that up to the individual. The one that they're looking at here at the PRI show, we painted for display purposes only. We supply it in a raw finish. Many people will leave it that way. It's made of chrome moly tubing. It can be left that way. It could be rattle can spray painted, whatever you wanted to do. If a person did want to plate it, that could certainly be done. I don't think it would have any effect on the unit functioning, working, telescoping, and that. It's just sent out in a raw finish. The pieces that bolt to the car are anodized aluminum.
Well, Steve, you know, as I look at the push bar that you've assembled here, it doesn't look like there's anything spectacular involved, but there's some great design and some good parts. Why don't you give me an idea of the detail of the componentry that you use to build this push bar?
Well, again, 4130 chrome moly tubing, not going to bend. Strong rod end on each end. All the pieces are constructed bulletproof. I mean, I just don't see where a person, not that the retractable tow straps themselves wore out, but I just don't see where this would be a piece that you would ever really have to replace again. And if that would ever present itself, we obviously are there to service the customer and replace the components for them. But I can honestly tell you to this point, I've never had to do that.
All right, Steve, so we've gone over all the elements here and the many other parts that Jerry Bickel has to offer, but there's one message we got to share with everybody, and that is one catalog, one call, one click for Jerry Bickel Race Cars. We want to thank you for watching and come back for more action from Power Automedia.